Coming up on WUTV, the 2019 legislative session is underway, and several gun bills have already been introduced. We'll tell you how one of those bills could affect college students.
Then you may not realize it, but your book bag could be affecting your health. We'll tell you how next.
And later, the Student Government Association is making some changes to the evaluation process. WUTV
starts right now.
Hello and welcome to WUTV. I'm Georgia MacArthur.
And I'm Bodie Brooks. Thank you for joining us. The Georgia Legislature's yearly session is now hitting the halfway mark, and several bills have already been introduced, including House Bill 122, which would repeal House Bill 280, also known as the Campus Carry Bill, which was signed into law in July of 2017. WUTV reporter Morgan Godby has more details on this development.
In early February of this year, House Bill 122 was introduced to the Georgia House of Representatives. The bill aims to repeal the Campus Carry Act. Campus carry was controversial when it was passed into law in 2017, making it legal to carry a gun on college campuses. I caught up with UWG students to hear what they have to say about the possibility to repeal campus carry, and they had a variety of opinions about the new proposed bill.
I think campus carry is unnecessary, especially with the high volume of school shootings. Look at Virginia Tech. If we have guns on campus, we're inviting an accident.
I think that students should be allowed to carry on campus. It just protects the average person in case something horrible happens, and it should be the right of every person to carry their own firearm.
I'm very much in favor of campus carry. I don't believe that any gun-free zone sign is going to stop someone who is absolutely intent on shooting people, and if students are allowed to carry, it deters it. People who do mass shootings are cowards, and if they know that somebody has a gun, they're not as likely to do it.
Basically, I feel like once you've made a law, I feel like you shouldn't have to do anything about it, basically. I really don't like the campus carry law, but once it's already in full effect, I guess, it should just stay there. I feel like if you shouldn't second guess what kind of law you make, I guess.
Reporting for WTV, this is Morgan Godby.
Along with House Bill 122, several other bills have been discussed. So far, one such bill is a state takeover of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. The bill would create a board of state officials called the Georgia Major Airport Authority to oversee operations at the airport. According to Senator Burt Jones, the reason for the possible change is because Hartsfield-Jackson is too important to the state as a whole to be governed solely by the city of Atlanta. A Georgia House Agriculture and Consumer Affairs Committee recently approved a bill for Georgia farmers to be able to grow and process industrial hemp. Industrial hemp is found in marijuana plant, but supporters of the bill say they are not legalizing marijuana. They just want to give farmers a crop to expand their production. Industrial hemp is used to make things such as paper, clothes, and molded plastics.
The next bill, which was recently passed by the Senate, would protect people from charges of property damage if they are saving children or if animals were left inside of a hot car. This means someone can damage a car in order to get a trapped child or animal out. However, the protections will not take effect unless you have called 911 or animal control first and wait for them to arrive. We will keep you updated on the progression of these bills as the legislative session continues. Carrollton police are still searching for two men who they say were involved in a recent series of rent thefts. Take a look at this video. Carrollton police say the two men have stolen nearly 20 rent checks from South Park Apartments, South of Maple Apartments, and Vision Realty. Police believe the men are from out of town. They have identified one of them as 37-year-old Jerome Farley. A warrant is out for his arrest. If you know these men or have any additional information, call the Carrollton Police Department at the number on your screen.
Students carry around heavy backpacks filled with a laptop, books, and notebooks all day long. All that weight can take a toll on your spinal health. For more on this subject, we turn to WTV reporter Ashley Russell.
We usually put too many things in them, and then also a lot of times we don't wear them properly. So when that happens, it can lead to different loading pressures on our spine, which then leads to different kind of chronic muscle misalignments as well.
Something as simple as a book bag can cause major health problems for young adults and children. Chiropractor Kevin Switek says this is a common problem he sees in college students and patients as young as 8 years old. Doctors recommend that book bags weigh no more than 10 to 20% of the person's body weight, but that does not always happen, which leads to back problems.
It does put a lot of that stress on our spine to where we have to lean more forward. We have to change the joints that we use to normally hold ourselves up.
The way we carry our book bags can also affect our backs, which is why Dr. Switek gave me a demonstration on what and what not to do.
So first off, what we're going to see here is this book bag is really heavy, right? And it's pulling Ashley not only backwards, but it's also causing her then to lean more forward, which is changing all the biomechanics in Ashley's back. Now I'm going to then have Ashley flip around and turn away from the camera. And you can see also it's causing Ashley, what are you doing? Leaning more towards the right? Okay? So it puts a lot of strain all the way up into her neck, but then also it causes all the muscles in the low back to try to compensate. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what we want to do. We want to put that other strap on that arm so at least we can get as balanced as possible. Perfect. All right, so we're going to pull that up. So at least this is going to cause Ashley to not lean to one side.
As midterms arise, remember to carry your book bags with 2 straps and keep the weight at a minimum. Reporting for WUTV, I'm Ashley Russell.
The 38th Annual Media Day is coming up on March 6th. Media Day is an annual event hosted by the UWG Mass Communications Department that gives students the opportunity to network with professionals working in the communications industry. Recently, a pre-Media Day workshop was held to help students prepare for the big day. Here is WTV reporter Corey Brown with more.
As Media Day approaches, the Mass Comm department hosted a pre-Media Day to teach students different skills on how to approach their future employers when networking during the main event. This also teaches students how to dress and what to bring when attending the event.
This workshop definitely helped me prepare for Media Day because before coming to this workshop, I was kind of scared about, how am I going to network? Like, what do I say? How do I say it? How do I build my resume? How do I build an elevator speech? Because we are all trying to say the same thing. And I was thinking, if I come in with my friends, maybe that'll make me more comfortable. But, after listening to them, I realized it isn't. So coming to this workshop basically helped me to basically answer any basic questions that people have about Media Day and networking. So that's how it helped me.
As students prepare for Media Day, the people of Pre-Day hopes the skills taught will give them more confidence and better prepare them for when they approach the employers and hopes to soon work with them. This is Corey Brown reporting for WUTV.
UWG Student Government Association is considering changing the way student evaluations for professors are done. Instead of the tradition of professors handing out forms for students to fill out and walking out of the room so they don't see, SGA has suggested that student evaluations be done online.
Pushing to move those electronically or online. So basically they asked me, since I'm a representative of SGA, to kind of gauge you guys and see how you guys felt about having the teacher evaluation forms being moved online. And one of the things that they suggested is still having it in class, like still a lot of time to do it in class, but do on your phone or your laptop or your mobile.
The consideration will now be put to a vote in an upcoming SGA meeting. We will keep you updated on the decision.
Students in the education building can now purchase food, coffee, and more at a brand new self-serve food stand. The new food stand officially opened in late February. Construction on the new food stand began in December. It replaced the Starbucks that used to be there. The stand is fully self-serve and is now open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The stand also has a 24-hour surveillance camera.
Well, Georgia, the weather has been unusually warm this week.
Most definitely. And let's go live to our WTV weather reporter, Mackenzie Love, to give us a glimpse of what it looks like out there. Mackenzie.
Thank you, Georgia. As you can see, I am currently here in the heart of campus. And if you take a look behind me, we're starting to experience a very gloomy and overcast day. And we also are seeing the rain start to pick up, so you might want to get your rain jackets and your umbrellas out. I'll be back later in the show to give you your full 5-day forecast. So now back to Georgia and Bodie for some more news.
And when we come back, drugs found in unusual places in Georgia airports.
Then the Carroll County community is coming together to combat hunger. We'll be right back right after this.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met our niece, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being that support for those hard days and those hard nights, it's not giving up on me. Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people would think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. And even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, Maria, and she convinced me to continue my education. Just never judges. She's a true role model.
From the depths of my heart, I thank you, Maria, for being a friend and a beautiful person. No one receives a diploma alone, and I'm honored to share this moment with you. Thank you.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
An unusual drug bust this weekend out of Savannah and at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta. According to the Associated Press, Customs and Border agents found pineapples and figurines filled with cocaine in Savannah. Agents seized over 1,000 pounds of the drug inside the sweet fruit being smuggled in from Cartagena, Colombia, and was worth $19 million. At Hartsfield-Jackson, $40,000 worth of cocaine was being found smuggled in by a woman from Honduras. The woman has since been deported. Getting access to necessities such as food, clothing, and shelter can be difficult for some Carroll County residents. The university recently hosted the annual Carroll County State of the Community address to address such problems as well as solutions. Now it seems some of those solutions are being put into practice. Here's WTV Alexa Thompson with the details.
Down at the Carrollton Agricultural Center, an annual fundraiser event known as Empty Bowls takes place every year on the last Sunday of February to serve as a fundraiser for the local soup kitchen in Carrollton. Bowls are donated by local artists and amateurs, and through ticket sales that include live entertainment and a soup lunch, sponsors, and a silent auction, Empty Bowls manages to raise copious amounts of money.
It's a wonderful event for families and people all across the community to come and get a bowl of soup, choose a beautiful pottery bowl, make a donation to the soup kitchen, and really serve our neighbors.
The event is completely run by volunteers and raised around $35,000 in the last year alone. This year marks their 15th anniversary as they continue to grow and raise more money for those who need it. Reporting for WTV, I'm Alexa Thompson.
Many parks located in the West Carrollton district will soon get some much-needed upgrades. Carrollton City Council just recently approved funding to a number of recreation projects. WUTV's Cameron Kiley has more on these changes.
$232,000 were granted to the West Carrollton district for a park renovation. This included West Park, Optimist Park, and a new park on 4th and Alabama Street, and the Captain Hardy Lavender Center will get a huge renovation. The gymnasium will get renovated, the bathrooms will be updated, and murals will be added to the wall so that those who visit will feel connected to the community. Initially, the budget was $100,000 for the renovations, but another $132,000 were added, which Mayor and Council approved of. Reporting for WUTV, I'm Cameron Kiley.
Don't go away. We'll have your weekly weather report right after the break. Stay with us.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume, discover new ways to develop great talent like me.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume, not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
If you're just joining us, we're here with your WUTV weekly weather forecast. Live in Love Valley is WUTV's weather reporter, Mackenzie Love. Mackenzie?
Thank you, Georgia. As spring-like weather is starting to roll in, some parts of our region are starting to experience strong wind gusts. According to the National Weather Service, a wind gust is a sudden increase in the speed of wind. At 19 miles per hour, wind gusts can start to sway small trees. At 32 miles per hour, you'll start to experience some difficulties walking. And finally, at 55 miles per hour, whole trees can be uprooted. So now, let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. We will have a beautiful start to the week with sunny skies on Monday and Tuesdays, with highs in the upper 40s and lows in the mid-20s. So make sure you keep your jacket handy. On Wednesday and Thursday, we will start off our days in the lower 20s, but start to warm up a little bit with temperatures in the mid-50s. And to wrap up your week, we will see some showers on Friday with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. That's all I have for you this week. Keep it here, and now we're going to go back to Georgia and Bodie in the studio for some more news.
I don't know about you, Georgia, but these past few days it just seems like one day it's almost spring, the next day it's just pouring, and apparently it's going to get cold again. I don't know what's going on.
Right. I don't know if I should dress like with pants or wear some shorts. I'm just not sure when I go outside. And I'm just looking at my phone and I'm like, is it 70 degrees warm or 70 degrees cold?
Well, that's Georgia weather for you.
Coming up next, we'll bring you your weekly Wolf Sports update.
Stay right here. You're watching WUTV.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size?
As spring-like weather is rolling in, some parts of our region...
Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's the people. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi and transgender and Native American, and proud of it. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us us? This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? Because love has no labels.
Let's see what's happening with the Wolves in the world of UWG sports.
Here in the studio with your sports report is WUTV's Tariana Wingate. Tariana.
Thank you, Bodie. After losing on the road to the Mississippi College Choctaws, the West Georgia baseball team returned home to take on North Georgia at Cole Field. The Wolves lost that game to the Nighthawks 6-3, taking them to 4-11 overall. The doubleheaders for baseball and softball scheduled for Friday, March 1st and Saturday, March 2nd were rescheduled to that Sunday and the following Monday due to a high chance of rain. UWG men's basketball played their last home game of the regular season. The Wolves took on Alabama Huntsville for senior night, and although the game ended in a loss, both seniors were able to put up points in the double digits for their last game. Aaron Ulmer had 13 points and Marquil Smith with 32 points for the night. The Wolves will say goodbye to the seniors after the GSC tournament. The Wolves track team placed first in their outdoors events debut at the Cougar Invitational in Columbus. The team finished with 155 points, which was 65 points ahead of the second place team. That's all we have for Wolves Sports. Don't go away. You're watching WUTV.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to.
Before we close, we'd like to introduce to you one of our new segments, West Georgia History.
That's right. This segment is about highlighting and exploring the history of the University of West Georgia. Here's reporter Ana E. Perez with a glimpse into the past.
History can be found right on campus. The Ingram Library most students frequently visit for their group studies wasn't always available. A library was non-existent when the university first opened. It emerged on campus when the wife of Principal Milson noticed an area of books was essential at an educational institution. She hosted a book shower asking for book donations. The library was located in Sanford Hall. The university now uses that building to house other academic services. Year by year, students continue coming in and out of buildings without knowing much of the history the university holds. Reporting for WUTV, I'm Ana E. Perez.
And we'd like to thank you for joining us here at WUTV. Remember to watch us on channel 13.1 on campus and 180 off campus.
To keep up with all the latest WUTV news, sports, and weather, be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on our Facebook page at UWG-WUTV. I'm Bodie Brooks.
And I'm Georgia MacArthur. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.